Hey, Mr. Simon here. I hope you're doing well and you and your family are safe and well as comfortable as can be. My family and I are good, but we're pretty stir crazy, from being at home together. But other than that, we're good. So, wanted to tell you about some big changes to the 2020 APCS principles exam, and these were announced last Friday, March the 20th. And I think this is really good news for us because it greatly simplifies what we need to do to finish the year and finish the AP exam. So the big news is the multiple choice test has been canceled. That's right. There is no multiple choice exam this year for APCS principles. In fact, there's no multiple choice exam for any AP exam. But even better than that, for principals, there's no test at all. Students are only going to be graded on the Explore and the Create performance tasks, and we've already done the Explore test. So all we have to do is finish the Create performance task, and we are done with the course and the exam. So it's interesting because in the College Board's announcement, they announced this for all classes, and they use AP Computer Science principles as the example for how all the other courses are going to be tested this year. So no course is going to be using a face-to-face exam, right? Meaning nobody is going to a room to take the exam. Everybody's going to be doing this exam at home. None of the exams are going to have multiple choice. They're all going to have some sort of written work that students do at home and submit to the College Board to be graded. Well, Principals has been doing this for years, and so we're just going to do the same thing we would do, except no multiple choice exam. So here's the details that it listed out by specific subject. So for computer science principles, no final exam, which for us would have been the multiple choice exam. We're being graded on the Explore and Create task only, and they've extended the deadline. We have until May 26th, so we got 2 months to do this. So that's plenty of time. We just need to do the Create task. You just need to write a program. It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, a lot of ways it's better if it's simple. And then to get points, you need to submit 2 parts. You need to submit a video of your program running, 1 minute maximum. That's pretty straightforward. You're going to use the same program I'm using, Screencast-O-Matic, or at least that's going to be my recommendation. Very easy to use program that'll capture whatever is running on your screen. And then all the other points come from your written descriptions with the computer code. Now, the great thing about the Create task is they're not grading how well you program. Okay? This is not a competition to see who is the best programmer. All they want to know is how well you understand your program. So that's why a simple program can be a lot better. You as long as you write a clear explanation of your program, you answer several questions, and you do it in a clear, understandable way that shows you know what you're talking about, you're going to get full credit. So if you want more details, I do have a PowerPoint and some more information on the Create Performance task up on apcsprinciples.github.io. But we're still waiting for word from the district before we can progress with the course. So at this point, I would suggest doing some Khan Academy stuff to get ready for the Create task. We didn't really spend enough time on if statements. They were just really briefly mentioned when we were doing our animation. So that's where I would start. So I've got a couple of links to a couple different Khan Academy things here. Let's do the first one. So the first one, that's not working, so let's try that. So the first one is going to take you to the Khan Academy APCS Principles site, where there's an explanation and example code of how if statements work. That's a good one. And then maybe more fun is this one, which is going to take you to the Khan Academy drawing and animation. Now they use a code that's slightly different than the code we use in our P5 JavaScript. They're still using JavaScript, but they're using an older version. One of the big differences here is variables are made we call this, the fancy name is declared with the word var in the older version of JavaScript. In the newer version, we use let. So this is a video. You play it, you'll get some explanation, and then you get a challenge where you go and write some code. So here's our ball, and we want to bounce it off the bottom. Now on the Khan Academy, the screen size is 400 by 400, a lot like we have in P5. You'll notice I have a variable y that stores the position of the ball. So when we start, that position is up at the top of the screen, just like P5, 0. And then it gets bigger by a positive 2 every time. Now, if I want to bounce that ball off the bottom and have it go back up, I would come down here and write a if statement. So I would write if y is greater than 400, we've reached the bottom of the screen. So let's make the speed equal to -2, right? So when I get down to the bottom, instead of moving at a positive 2 every time and making y bigger, which will push it down to the bottom, I'm going to make it smaller. So let's try that. Oh, obviously this guy here thinks I'm doing really well. So there we go. Ball goes up. I don't know. I don't want to see it go off the top of the screen, so I'm going to add another if statement here. If y is less than 0, well, we'll go back to going down by changing our speed back to a positive 2. Don't ask me why I typed F. Okay, cool. So let's start it off. And there our ball goes down and comes back up. Just for the heck of it, I thought, let's write this same program in P5 just so you can see the differences. So the draw function looks a little different than it did on Khan Academy. We have this additional setup function that they didn't have, and we're using let speed and let y instead of var. But it's the same thing. So if I want to come down here and set that bounce going, I'd check to see if the y got too big. If the y got bigger than 400, then we're going to set speed equal to -2. And if the y is less than 0, we'll set the speed to +2. And you'll see it works just the same way it did on the Khan Academy, except I don't have some little annoying semi-Pokemon, popping up and telling me I did a good job. So anyway, hope you have some fun working through some of the Khan Academy stuff, kind of getting your programming chops back up to speed so we're ready for the create task. Don't hesitate to email me with any questions. And I think that's about it. So as always, you can contact me at my district email, and take care and stay safe.